So far we have been looking at drawing graph, and every time we draw, we have your y and your x-axis, right? We just write y and x. And every graph that we have drawn, I have told you, it represents the relationship between y and x. For example, this one, if y is equals to x, it is telling you whatever my x is, my y will be the same number. Okay? Every point on this line, the y at that point is the same as the y as the x on that point. Okay? If we have this one, y equals to x squared. Every point on this line is also how the y value and the x value are related. So if I have a point here, 1, then at this point, the y value will also be 1. If I have a point 2, the x value of this point will be 4, because the y of this point is this point, the x squared. So every point is a relationship between y and x. So right now, we are replacing y and x. Y changed to distance. X changed to time. It is still, the line there still shows the relationship between time and distance. For example, if I have one line like that, this is a distance. It may be, let's say, distance from here, or distance between Compassville Secondary and Campus 1, the distance. So if I have a time, let's say here is 5 minutes, here is 1 kilometer. Every point here is a relationship of where I am at what timing. So for example, from 12 o'clock, let's say I start at 0, the 0 minute is 12 o'clock. I take 5 minutes, then I will travel 1 kilometer from here to Campus 1 already. And here, maybe at 2 minutes, what is the distance that I have traveled from here to Campus 1? Okay, so your distance and time graph is this line, and it shows the relationship between distance and time. So what are some things that we can know from a distance time graph? Similarly, on your distance time graph, you may see straight line, you may see curved line. So, what does the gradient on the distance time graph means? If I want to find the distance, this is a straight line. I want to find the gradient of this part. What I'm actually doing is change in y, right, divided by change in x to find the gradient. What is this change in y? Let's say this one is 5 minutes. This change in y means from 0, from the start until 5 minutes, I travel 0 distance, and then I travel 1 kilometer. So this change in y is actually the distance of 1 kilometer. Correct? And the change in x, 0 minute to 5 minute, distance This is my time. If we go back to what you all have learned in Sec 1, what is distance divided by time? Yeah. Okay? So the gradient of a distance time graph is speed. Okay? So if we look at this graph, this is a straight. This part is a straight line. Straight line, the gradient at every point is the same. Meaning, it also means to say, if this person is traveling with a same speed, constant speed, same gradient, same speed, from 0 to 4 seconds. Okay? Here is start to curve up. Start to curve up. By now, you all should already know, for a curve is the gradient constant. For a curve, at every point is the gradient the same? No, right? So in this case, you can see that the gradient is actually getting steeper, steeper, and steeper. Meaning, gradient is speed up. Meaning he is picking up speed. He is running faster and faster and faster. Okay? So these are the things that we can know from a distance time graph. Okay? Okay. Later we will also touch on speed time graph. This one is slightly different. We are still looking at the relationship between y and x. But this time round your y is speed. Okay? So this one later. Let us go and do some questions. Okay. Hey, let us look at the graph and try to understand what the graph is saying first. This line is Benny, where Benny is at the different time. My x-axis is the time, my y-axis is distance. Okay? So at P, so P is a location, Q is another location. And so you can see at 10 a.m., Benny, this line is Benny. At 10 a.m., Benny is 15 kilometers from P. This distance, he is this distance away from P. Or he is at point Q. Okay? Then he traveled closer and closer to point P. And he reached at around 1, close to 2 p.m. he reached point P. For Adam, this is Adam's location, his distance from P. So at 9 a.m., Adam is at P because his distance from P is 0. Then he starts to move away from P. How many kilometers? Then he stopped here. When he is 8 kilometers from P, he stopped from this time to this time. Then he continued moving to point Q. Okay? So this is the understanding of this graph. So if we want to state the distance between P and Q, 15. It is this distance from here to here. How much? I cannot see it. 15.2. There are 5 small boxes to represent 2 kilometers. So each 4 blocks is 400 meters. So 3 small blocks will be 1.2 kilometers. So Q is 15.2 kilometers. Okay, understand? They are asking you distance. How come you like? Okay. P is where we start measuring the distance. Q is here. So the distance between P and Q is this distance. Okay, where is Raphael? Why is a measurement of distance? So if my point P is here, that means point P is where we start measuring the distance. The distance here is 0, 1. And as we measure 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 kilometers, 12 kilometers, 14 kilometers. Then when we reach Q is 15.2 kilometers. If they pass each other, means they are the same distance. Okay? So right now, Adam is at P, Benny is at Q. He go closer and closer to P. This one go closer and closer to Q. He wait at here. Wait. As he is waiting, Benny will pass him by. So this point is where they meet each other, or where they cross each other. So they cross each other when they are 8 kilometers from P, and this time this time is when they cross each other. So the question is asking you what time you have to drop a vertical line here, vertical dotted line, then read what is the time here. Okay? Then same 10 small box is 1 hour. 1 hour is 60 minutes. So here to here is 2 small box away from 12 p.m. meaning 12 p.m. minus 12 minutes. So it should be 11:48 a.m. Yes, must be accurate. They give you the skills is for you to read it accurately. If it's accurate, then cannot accurate, then no choice. But if it's accurate, you have to be accurate. Okay? So the time is here. Time given by your x-axis. So it's this point. And y-axis this time round is your distance. So they meet when they are 8 kilometers from P. Because P is here to here is 8.